Hey everybody, AstartesGaming here, back with part 0 of our Stellaris Let's Play. So this is effectively going to be my introduction to the series, as well as an in-depth look at the Empire creation, and we will, create our race that we will continue through the playthrough with in parts 1, 2, 3, and so on. So let's go ahead and jump into new game here. And we've got a whole big selection of races here. I'm actually looking at this for the first time, just so you guys are aware. I'm going into this blind, so we can experience this together. I have watched several developer videos and early release Let's Plays of this, so I'm familiar with the game mechanics to a degree. I just haven't actually gotten my hands on them yet. So we've got all these pre-made races or empires or whatever you prefer to call them, but we don't want to play as them. We want to play as somebody new. So let's make our own here. I've already got this all planned out. So we are going to start with appearance, and I really like these guys. They're like six-eyed dog type things. I don't know, I think they look pretty cool, so we're gonna go with them. And then we go with next. Actually, before I do that, let's just take a quick survey of all the different races. So you've got your, typical humans here. I don't know what these guys are supposed to be. Apparently it's a female. I wouldn't be able to tell. You've got these very regal looking bats. I don't know what that's supposed to be. He looks sort of bat-like as well, to an extent. You've got these ridiculous looking cat people. He looks like he might be descendant from an anteater. He's kind of boarish looking, as in like similar to a boar. A lot of things that look very familiar but still very alien. I like these guys a lot too. You've got these fox people, some kind of like ram type character. His nose is a bit funny looking. That's interesting. His eyebrows are kind of moving. Yeesh. I don't want to talk to him. Wow, those guys are creepy looking as well. Like a necromorph type thing. Ooh, and these guys are new. I haven't seen this race yet. Very interesting. I wonder if there's a couple in here that weren't in the early release versions of the game. Let's see. These are all pretty cool looking. Ooh, scary. They're kind of cool. Got like turtles. I like how everybody has like clothes on except for the turtle. I like these two a lot. Check out the avian races. Strange. Huh. I don't know that I've seen that one yet either. Part of this could be I did pre-order the game, and so I do have access to the Creatures of the Void DLC already. These may be those creatures, they may not. It's very interesting looking. Huh. I like these guys a lot. Our second playthrough maybe is like these guys or something. Ooh, Cyclops. Wow. Okay. I like these guys too. I like their like battle suits with the helmet and like the parrot head sticking out. Huh. Okay. What about the arthropods? Ooh, that one looks new as well. I haven't seen that one yet. I think that one's the one that they've got on the Steam background. Those are weird looking. Wow. Very weird looking. Huh. We'll probably see several of these in our playthrough. But yeah, they're very diverse. I'm really impressed, and I like that they're all animated too. So the molluscoids. Huh. That one's kind of creepy looking. This one's actually really cool. I like this one. It's got like a sucker for mouth. Ooh, it's got like fingers too. I don't like that. It's kind of creepy looking. Oh man, this reminds me of Mass Effect. I forget what they're called. But it's the guys that like state like declarative. This is, I can't remember what they're called, but those guys are hilarious, and that reminds me of this. Those guys are kind of interesting looking. I haven't seen this one yet. Or, I don't know if I've seen that one. No thanks. That's pretty cool. I like that one. And that's interesting as well. Fungoids. Huh. That looks more like a arthropod type thing than a fungus, but okay. Interesting. This one's really cool. I like this one a lot. Alright, and of course we have the Blorg here. Interesting, interesting. I haven't seen that one yet. This one's really cool as well. I like how they're sort of like anthropomorphized, like there is sort of like a head and neck and shoulders, but not really. Oh, and then there's like a cat with some kind of plant thing growing out of it. It's kind of creepy almost. Right, well, we're gonna choose these guys. We'll move on to the next one. So we are going to be the Hyenids, and this is taken from, I thought they looked a little bit like hyenas when I first saw them, and so this is like the Latin version of the species hyena, so I thought that was kind of cool. Is it the name of the race, or the name of... Oh, Empire name is here, so I think it's just the name of the race. So it would be, oops, Hyenids, and I guess we'll just do, oh, that's not right, Hyaenid again. One of these times I'll get it right. There we go. Alright, what's next? So, names list. Let's see, I don't like those. They're a little bit too simple. What about that? I'm not sure. Avian names, how about that? Scrack, Yedic, Pakita. I don't like those either. No. Eyes of Silver, Wings of Khaki. I'd hate to be Wings of Khaki. That's such a lame name. Like, Claws of Indigo, Red Wing, those are kind of cool, but like, Wings of Khaki. Okay, we got fungoid names here. Human names. I think it'd be a little bit weird to have like a, some kind of like dog creature named Anastasia. So let's keep moving. What do we got here? Mammalian. Those aren't too bad. I don't mind that one either, actually. I kind of like the three names. Like Verpim, Den, Badir. Not as big a fan as those. Huh. What do the Molskoid names look like? Riblog, Reglor, Shklas. Those are going to be hard to say. I'm going to try to stick to ones that are easy to pronounce. What about reptilian names? No, I think so far I like either that one or this one. Let's go with that one, I guess. Alright. So we'll continue on. Oh, ship prefix, that's cool. So, we'll get into the government types a little bit later, as you can see from the list on the left there, but this faction is going to be based around a republic. I'm going to try to make it very similar to Republic in Rome in the way it's set up. So, we'll set our ship prefix to be the Hyaenid Republican Navy, or HRN. And then, from there, it looks like it'll do the rest. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, next. Now we choose our traits, and this sort of defines, you know, what your race is all about. So, the way this works is you get 2 points to start with, but you can have a total of 4 choices. And so, just like in Crusader Kings, there are positive and negative choices that will either take points up or give you more points, depending on what they do. And so, these are all positive here. And see, we do have some negatives as well. So, for this race, I decided that I wanted them to be strong because they are originally predators, you know, as they evolved into this spacefaring race, and so they were naturally very strong warriors, and that is reflected in their army damage and their mineral harvesting. So they're a strong race. What else are they? They're solitary, however. They like to have their space. They're very territorial. So that'll give us a point back. And then, oh man, what did I choose? Let me find my list. Ah, okay, so they are also very resilient. They're very tough. Again, being predators, they're used to getting kind of rough and tumble, and so they're not easily taken out. And then they're also very, they're very, what's the word? Like spatially aware. They're good with their hands. They're natural engineers, basically. They don't excel so well in physics or sociology, but, oops, there goes my list. They are natural engineers. They like working with their hands. They're very, I can't think of the word, but yeah, you guys get the idea. So let's keep moving. And so obviously that uses all my picks and all my points. Now, there are some that take up 2 that are a little bit better, but I think this is a pretty good balance here. Solitary is only going to hurt our happiness by 5, which shouldn't be too bad. Resilience and strength is really going to help us out combat-wise, and the natural engineers is going to boost our engineering a little bit, which will be very, very helpful. So now we have to choose our ruler. I think we're going to go... I honestly can't tell the difference. So, phenotype, there's only one phenotype. Hairstyle, there's only one hairstyle. But there are different colors. Ooh, that's kind of cool, actually. I like that one. Clothes. Got all different kinds of armor. We're going to be a very martial race, as you probably guessed by the fact that we are strong and resilient. So we want something that kind of reflects that. I like these 2 right here. I think we'll go with that one. Joram den Adazga. Modrig den Terub. Valdrig den Estaga. Adaska, sorry. Sure, let's go with Valdrig. And now we have to choose our homeworld. And so the way this works, and this is a very important choice, it may not initially seem like it, but depending on which homeworld you select, you're only going to be able to initially colonize that particular type and maybe the one immediately to the left and immediately to the right. So if we chose the arid world, we'd be able to, you know, colonize desert worlds and tundra worlds without too much trouble. Obviously, another arid world would be ideal, and then once you get out to like the tropical and arctic worlds, they're gonna have a little bit more trouble. And then you get over here to the continental and ocean worlds, and they're going to have a lot of issues. So, because I'm basing these guys around hyenas, I thought that a desert world would be adequate, and so that means that tropical worlds and arid worlds are a-okay. God, I keep dropping my notes. Sorry about that. And then continental worlds and tundra worlds are eh. And then, you know, ocean worlds and arctic worlds are, you know, not ideal. So we're going to go with that. Starting solar system, we're going to go random, but you can select some preset ones. So the solar system, if you want to play as, you know, humans from the planet Earth with Mars and Venus and all that in the solar system with you. There's a few others, but I'm going to go with random. Our homeworld name is going to be Vababa. Imith. No. Oklar Prime, huh? That's not too bad. Doorbol. Arya. Let's go with that. That's easy to pronounce. Okay, next. City appearance. So there's a couple different layouts you can see in the back here. It's really just going to affect how the buildings look. So we have the Mammalian City, which is pretty standard fare. The Reptilian City is pretty standard as well, but a little bit more flashy. I actually really like that one. avian cities are a little too organic looking for my taste. Molluscoid cities are even more so, but these are actually kind of cool and interesting the way they spiral like that. Fungoid cities, again, I don't like the kind of weird organic looking buildings. And the arthropod cities, those are actually pretty cool too, but I like the reptilian one the best. So we'll go with that. And now we have to choose our government and ethics, and so this is also very important because this is going to affect what other races initially think of you, and also it's going to greatly influence how you deal with the other races that you come across. And so this sort of works in a similar fashion, except there's no negatives here, so you can choose up to 3 of the green ones, or 1 green one and 1 orange one. So the orange ones are worth 2 points, the green are worth 1, and the circle here forms sort of a spectrum. So over here we have spiritualists, and over here we have materialists. And so if you're a materialist, you can't also be a spiritualist. If you are a collectivist, you can't also be an individualist. If you are a xenophile, you can't also be a xenophobe. So for this particular race, the Hyenids, we are going to be militarist, because obviously, again, we're very martial, very primal hunters. And again, I'm going for sort of like a Republican Rome thing. So in that same vein, we are also going to be a little bit xenophobic, because it's not that we hate aliens, it's that we think we are better than them, and we need to show them how they can be better like us, basically. And then we're also slightly materialistic. They don't really believe in higher powers so much. They're more focused on the here and now and what's in front of them, and so that's going to boost our research a little bit. The xenophobe modifier is going to boost the slave tolerance slightly. We are going to dabble in a little bit of alien slavery, but not a ton of it. I'm not going to focus on that. Had we decided to go that route, I would have made them decadent as well. But yeah, we're just going to dabble in it a little bit. And then obviously, militarist is going to give us significant military benefits, which is going to help us kind of carry on that whole Roman conqueror theme that we're going for here. And now we have to choose a government. Everything on the left here is going to be a democracy. Everything in the center is going to be an oligarchy. And everything to the right is going to be a dictatorship. So the government is ruled by the people casting their votes. In the center ones, they're ruled by the upper or elite class. And then on the right, your ruler is a single person for life. So a king, an emperor, things like that. I'm going to go with a military republic, because again, we're going for Republican Rome. So this is going to lower my army and ship upkeep, that is, and also going to give me slightly more war happiness. So very similar to like Total War Attila, for example. When you're constantly at war, your populace sort of suffers for it. And so this is going to help me sort of combat that, basically, because we are going to be at war significantly in this playthrough, at least I hope. So that's the goal anyways. So let's go ahead and advance again. Then we need an empire name. We are going to be the Hyaenid Republic, and that may change. Adjective, I'm not sure what exactly they mean by that, so I'm just going to go with Hyaenid, and hopefully I can change that if it's not fitting. Again, with the damn notes. Well, I think I'm done with them for now. So, let's toss them. And now we set our little shield here. We got blocky, we have human, we have ornate. Ooh, there's some good like Warhammer 40k ones in here. Like, you could totally do like an Imperium of Man playthrough with this. Or even like Space Marines, that's sort of fitting. Like, you could definitely make that work for Space Marines. It looks like the Terminator crux on the Terminator armor. These are kind of cool. There's some very Greek symbols in here. Pirate. Ooh, that's pretty good too for like a Warhammer 40k playthrough. And we very well might do that. I don't like the round ones particularly. So let's set the background first. I like this one, but we're going to do like a dark blue. I don't love that. How about secondary color red? I'm looking for something sort of regal. And then I like the pointy ones, like that maybe. I don't know. Huh. I wish there was a little bit darker blue. What if I did my primary color red and my secondary color like... ish, I don't know. I kind of like the primary blue better. Let's stick with that, and then... how about this one? No. Oh, there's so many choices. Why'd they have to give me so many choices? I don't mind that one so much. Let's look at some of the ornate ones, because there was some cool ones in here. I don't know. I don't know that these are really fitting. Human... like, that's not too bad. Some of the more generic human ones are kind of cool. That actually wouldn't be too bad. Although we'd probably need to change our background slightly to like... oh, that's pretty cool actually. You can totally make that work. No, not for this playthrough. Let's see, blocky. I don't mind some of these actually. That's kind of cool. That's got a cool like Celtic vibe to it. I keep coming back to that one. I'm not sure why. I don't want to spend too much time on this, so I guess I'll just pick this one. Because, like, the pirate ones... huh, I just don't know. Pointy... we'll just do that. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, next. Starting weapons. So this is going to influence pretty much exactly what it says. This is going to be the weapon type you start out with. Energy weapons are going to be close range, high damage output. Projectile weapons are going to be like mid-range. And then missile weapons are going to be the longest range. However, missile weapons can be taken out with point defense turrets. And so if you choose these, you need to be careful that you supplement your other weapon, or you supplement these with other weapon types, because if somebody stacks their ships with point defense turrets, they will just wipe out all your missiles and you won't be able to hit them. So I'm going to go with projectiles. Again, these guys, like, they're not good with, you know, lasers and missiles and stuff. They like tangible stuff, and so slinging metal really, really fast at their enemies is the way they prefer to fight. But we will dabble in a couple of other technologies as well. We're just going to focus primarily on projectile weapons. And then here, this is going to be probably the biggest decision that you make in the setup here, and that is your faster than light travel method, because this is going to determine how you navigate the map, and it can change pretty widely. Warp travel is recommended for new players. It's the simplest one, the most straightforward, but I don't like the way it works, and it's also the slowest. So warp travel basically is, let's read what it says and I'll kind of explain it. So the warp drive generates a subspace bubble around a ship, making faster than light speeds attainable. This allows for free but relatively slow travel between stars, given the great distances involved. And so basically what this one means is that you can travel from any point A to B on the map, regardless of where it is, at a fixed speed, but there'll be a little bit of a charge up time for them to generate that warp bubble, and then a little bit of kind of cooldown time when you arrive at your destination to kind of dissipate that subspace warp bubble. And so this one's recommended for new players because there's not really any limitations to where you can go with it, whereas hyperspace travel, there is. So the hyperdrive allows ships to temporarily breach the dimension of hyperspace. Interstellar travel is fast but limited to existing paths along a hyperlane network. So if you've ever played any of the other prominent Space 4X games, like Master of Orion 1, 2, 3, or the new one that came out, this is probably what you're more used to. So there's little lanes between certain planets on the map, and there may not necessarily be a direct route between one system and another. And so this one is limited, but it's also the fastest, and I'm probably going to choose this one, although wormhole travel is very tempting. So wormhole travel is all about wormhole generators. So wormhole generators tunnel through subspace and establish a conduit between 2 points, permitting travel across vast distances. The large generators are too big to be filled on ships, requiring special wormhole stations to operate. So the best way to explain the wormhole generators, is the sort of like the mass relays from Mass Effect. Basically, you build a wormhole generator, and then there's a big circle on the map that you can use that wormhole generator to basically jump anywhere inside that circle. Obviously, that means that in order to expand out, you need to continually build wormholes further and further out on the borders of your empire. But what this means is that you can pretty much jump to anywhere within your empire very, very quickly if you have these built. It also means that if you have somebody on your border and you have a wormhole generator on your border, you can jump pretty deep into their borders during a war with these and really cause them some trouble, where warp travel and hyperspace travel, you're going to have to kind of take more direct routes in. Again, the wormhole people can jump into the back lines and kind of wreak all kinds of havoc and then jump back out. However, again, you do need to expend resources to build those wormhole generators, and if the enemy destroys them, they can trap your fleets behind their lines and stuff and cause a whole lot of headaches for you. So I'm going to go with hyperspace travel here, because I don't like warp travel. Wormhole's tempting, but I'd like to get a little bit of experience under my belt before I try that. We might do that with the next playthrough we do. So we're going to do hyperspace travel. Again, these guys like simple, straightforward stuff. So just hyperspace lanes are already there. We're going to take advantage of them. And now we have to choose our ship appearance. And so we have the mammalian ships, the reptilian ships, avian ships, molluscoid, fungoid, and arthropoid. I keep wanting to say arthropod, but yeah, those are the options. I actually really like the reptilian ships, although I don't like that it has my primary blue color on there. Way too American flag looking for me. Let's jump back into flag, I guess. And if I set this to like red and I don't know what my secondary color should be. It's always the hardest choice, making your banner or whatever. Let's try that again. Is the blue there no matter what? Okay, so that's not coming from this. In that case, I'll change this back, because I do kind of like the blue with the red secondary a little bit better. Okay, so we're going to go with reptilian ships, and I think that's going to be it. So there's a quick overview. The Hyaenid Republic. We prefer desert worlds. We are a military republic made up of xenophobic, militarist materialists. We are strong and resilient, but we're solitary and territorial, and we're pretty good natural engineers. We prefer mass driver weapons, hyperspace travel, and our ships look like that. So that is the Hyaenid Republic. We're going to go ahead and save this, and that is going to be the end of this video. I will pick up tomorrow with episode 1 of our Let's Play, where we'll jump right into the game. Will be just straight up gameplay from the get-go. Actually, no, we're going to set up the universe quickly first, and then we'll jump in, because there is some options for universe setup, or galaxy setup. So we'll spend a little bit of time on that, but I'm not going to get too in-depth on that. So let's save these guys, and then... Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and break off the video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Please feel free to share my videos however you guys see fit, and I will see you guys back here for part 1 of our Stellaris Let's Play.